Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to take another Disney dump today of D23 news. Last night, we have a Disney hangover. Last night, we stayed up and watched the presentation for all the new parks experiences. And yeah, we have some thoughts.
We do.
We're going to share those with you.
Yeah, it was some interesting things we noticed.
Yeah, so before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
So yeah, Josh D'Amaro presented via Fortnite for some people, but we actually had the live stream pulled up. Somebody was streaming it.
It was Southern California Hans, SoCal Hans, I think is the one who did it. They weren't supposed to be streaming, but he did it, and he ran the whole thing, which was really, really, really cool. I want to give credit to them because that was really good. They were like awesome about it. So they ran the stream for the event, so we got to see stuff as it was happening via that.
Yeah, and like most D23s or most big Disney events, San Diego or whatever, as they're talking about it, as they're announcing it, they usually drop the news in the Parks blog too.
Yeah, that happens all the time, yes.
Yeah, so sometimes actually the Parks blog, like as soon as somebody spits it out what they're doing, the story's already up on the Parks blog.
Yeah, sometimes as soon as they stay on the stage and it's that time frame, it gets dropped. So you can actually, a lot of times, but I used to cover this all the time, and sometimes with myself. One thing, okay, first, before we get to that, it was weird. It was so damn late. Normally, it's not that late. Normally, it's in the afternoon.
Yeah, that was, I'm sitting here like, because they were so hell-bent on making this a Fortnite thing, there were a couple of observations. One, the time. Did they look at the numbers from Epic and be like, oh, this is peak Fortnite gameplay time. This is when we're gonna have the most people on Fortnite, so that's when we're gonna do it. I don't know. The other thing was all the damn musical numbers.
Oh my god, sometimes they do put some stuff in it, but they really were like over the top with like the number of musical. They had always like in between musical numbers, and it was like, oh, I mean, the good news is when you wanted to write an article, that gave you time to hurry up and try to crap it out.
Yeah, right.
But there was a lot of musical numbers, but it was really late too. Normally they would do it in the afternoon, because I know when I've covered it in the past, sometimes I've done it by myself completely. It was always in the afternoon, so that was weird, but yeah.
So the cursory overview. It was exactly kind of what we thought it was going to be. It was a lot of reskins announced, rethemed.
There were some new things
stuff.
Though, that were interesting.
Some new things that were interesting. Some things that are really going to piss people off. And a lot
of IP.
A lot of IP. Actually, two very pleasant surprises for me. We'll talk about those. And but most of what was announced anyway was stuff that had been rumored for years, like Villains and Monsters Inc. And we're gonna talk about that. But I guess we'll just should we just go through the list of announcements as they happen?
Probably the easiest thing to do.
All right, so Avatar, they are bringing it to Disney's California Adventure. Mm-hmm. It's not just a walk around. That's what I kind of thought was going to be. They're actually going to bring a Pandora, but it's going to be based on the second and third movie.
And possibly part of the fourth movie.
Possibly part of the fourth. Now, they do have an expansion area over in Disney World for another attraction. That was always part of the plan. So whenever they get these movies done in, the year 2065,
yeah, I know, right?
They'll be able to, go back and do it. But this, they didn't really give us any details. It does look different than Disney World's. It's the more water theme.
No date for this one. No time frame. We're going to notice a pattern here. No time frame. It looks really awesome, but no time frame.
Yeah, that is definitely a pattern. I think we call it a holding pattern. I think it's basically like, but wait, guys, we've got plans. Honest to God, we're going to do stuff eventually, someday, maybe. But it looks like the Navi River journey.
Now, this one I think they will do because they went to all that trouble to get Anaheim to agree to it. So I think they're going to do it. They just didn't really give a time frame for it. That was the first one. Then we saw that the first ever Coco ride is announced also for Disney California Adventure.
This looks like the Grand Fiesta Tour.
It does.
So
I know I'd like it.
Well, because
it
looks like they're cloning the Grand Fiesta tour. Yeah, but look, they got the fireworks on the ceiling.
Yeah,
there'll probably be a projection or something. So they probably will, because that again, this is another long rumored thing. Ever since Coco came out, there was a rumor that they were going to reskin the Grand Fiesta Tour as Coco.
Well, this probably will. This is probably the first step. Disneyland's getting it first to see what works and doesn't work, and then they'll just put it over in Disney World.
It'd be funny as if this was actually the concept art from when they were going to retheme
You know
it.
what? It probably is. That makes the most sense. Given the way the curves are, the boat ride and the
Yeah.
ceiling, you're probably correct.
Yeah, this is probably concept art from like 10 years ago or whatever, whenever it was, like 8 years ago. But that was a rumor, and it never actually happened. But it makes
There is a date for this one, though.
there is.
I'm trying to remember when it was. They said 2026.
2026. Beginning,
So this one-
work beginning. Okay.
Oh, the work beginning. Okay.
So remember how long it took to make the
He
Tron
didn't
coaster?
say work beginning. He said it was going to be in 2026. Now it's works beginning in 2026.
Work beginning. So even Pandora and Disney World, from the time they broke ground, I think it was like 2013 or 2014. At the time it opened, it was like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. So
So-
this is gonna. Did they give you kind of a time frame on this one? At least when it's starting. That's interesting. The way they presented it was not the way that it's written in the article. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say that.
Yeah.
All right.
well,
So there's that, and then we are getting a new like parade at Magic Kingdom, but of course it's all flipping. And IP is always IP for like magical or Main Street Parade.
yeah.
But this one they're like really shoehorn the same damn IPs in.
So this was actually kind of a pleasant surprise though, because I
Yes.
love the nighttime parades.
Yes.
And-
Magic Kingdom's been without one for a while.
We've been with that one for a while. Main Street Electrical Parade is probably my favorite Disney theme park anything ever.
I don't know. Spectrum Magic was pretty good too. Paint the Night was pretty good too.
Oh, Paint the Night was great. Now they couldn't do. There was a rumor they were actually going to run Paint the Night in Magic Kingdom, and they couldn't do it because the Cars float, I guess, couldn't get around the hub or something. It was too big, so they run it in California Adventure. But I have a lot of really good memories with the Main Street Electrical Parade, and my brother almost got killed by a ladybug.
That's a good memory.
That.
I'm like,
When we
damn
went
it,
to
Miz.
Dis-
I'm
when we
like,
went- when we went to Disneyland, and like I said, you went.
I was Disney World.
You were East Coast, I was West Coast. I went to Disneyland, and this would have been about like 1990 or something. But yeah, we had a great view of the Main Street Electrical Parade. My brother got up and he went underneath the rope and he ran out and he started dancing with a ladybug. And cast member had to go get him. He almost got run over by a ladybug. So
Yeah.
it could have been the worst. It could have been one of the worst memories that I ever had about Disney. Like, damn, the Main Street Electrical Parade took my brother. But no, I actually was pleasantly surprised they're doing it. But like you said, it's all IP, but it's probably going to be
It
done.
is IP because like they do, but the other ones are IP too. I'm just saying. It's
Pete's
just like-
Dragon will not be in
Yeah.
it. Elliot will not be in it, I'm sure.
No, I don't know, but I mean, I'm interested. The technology has advanced significantly, even since Paint the Night. So I'm very excited to see what they do with it, and that one I'm very excited about.
This one is a mixed bag. This is Disneyland Paris.
Okay,
So
now this was the one. Remember, I mentioned there's supposed to be there was rumors about a flume ride, Lion King, Animal Kingdom. That's what people thought it was going to end up being.
Yeah.
No, it's Disneyland Paris.
yeah, so it's basically Disneyland Paris is getting a Lion King Splash Mountain. Now, that being said, people are pissed. They're like, oh, Lion King, fantastic. Oh, it's based on the live action Lion King, the remake. Oh, yay. But I would rather have had this than Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Well, the rumor was this was going to be over here.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's not going to be over here eventually because they like to clone shit. But yeah, that's why that's exactly what I was hearing. But just it's not going to be here. It's in Paris.
And they're going to continue. Yeah. So they're opening a bunch of stuff. They're talking about Frozen opening in 2026.
Yeah.
This is another, like Frozen, they've been talking about Frozen forever. Like,
Here's the thing: is some of the things that haven't opened yet, they're going to be opening. They were already in play, and they were working on it before they made the announcement about the $60 billion. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I know where most of the money's going. We're going to get there eventually. But anyway, continue.
Continue. Yeah, we're getting there, and this is pissing people off too, because all those the millions of billions of dollars that they're going to spend. Yeah, they're spending a lot of it in one place, and it's not where parks fans want them to spend it.
I say millions, I meant billions. Sorry.
Oh, billions!
Sorry, I am like when you say it's like being hungover, it truly is. We're
Oh, this
exhausted.
thing went on until like 1 o'clock in
We're
the
like,
morning.
oh my god, make it stop.
This was, for me, the single biggest announcement. And I know it's a stupid thing, and I know, but I'm a huge Walt Disney fan. They're actually acknowledging Walt Disney and Disneyland. Can you imagine? I cannot believe we live in a time when it's surprising that the Walt Disney Company would acknowledge Walt Disney himself in a Disney theme park. But this is where we're at, guys, because there have been lots of rumors that they were going to purge Walt from the parks and they were trying to get rid of him. And maybe that was the case at some point, and this is just a response to it. But they're going to do an audio animatronic Walt Disney show. Not that that's kind of creepy or whatever, but I think he probably would approve. Depends on what they have him saying. But they're going to alternate it with great moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Right. But I think, it looks like the stage is going to rotate over. But I think it's very interesting because, there's always talk, people are worried they're going to like remove him. And I think this is to shut people up.
If they have Walt like, well, I got to tell you, I think communism's great.
Yeah.
And
right.
I think, diversity, equity, and inclusion is a foundation of my Disney parks.
Yeah.
No. Hand over your wallets on your way out of the show, folks. That's my really shitty
Papa
Walt
needs
Disney.
a new theme park. Yeah,
We need a new theme park. But I mean, I am happy. I am happy that they are acknowledging him because they tried for several years to basically pretend Walt Disney didn't exist, because I know a lot of people, well, not a lot, but a handful of very vocal activists do not approve of Walt Disney himself because he was very conservative and he didn't like commies. So anyway.
And they have a date for this one, don't they?
Well, this is a pretty easy one.
I think
2025,
yeah. So this one had a date. So that's not the one that is going to get done because there's a date attached to it. I mean, it doesn't mean anything because we've heard dates before, and they can totally scrap anything at any time. But the ones that when they're pushing dates, I'm like, okay, we have a time frame for this. That one's probably part of that $60 billion. So a lot of the ones that are talking about time frames were already in play, already being made before they announced $60 billion, and they're going to try to claim that's part of it.
Yeah.
And then because there's a lot of things announced that I'm like, and knowing that how they broke down the money amounts when they were worrying about the possible proxy battle, we know not a lot of that money was actually going to be, there's only a fraction of it's going to actually go to theme park development.
Yes.
And it's like, so where are you going to pay? How are you going to pay for all this shit?
Yeah, but at least they've got Roy P. Disney involved in it. Abigail Disney, nowhere to be found. She did call her uncle a fascist, I think, in a podcast. I'm like, seriously? That's where all your money comes from, sweetheart? But whatever. I am happy they're doing this. Anything with Walt Disney, I'm a sucker for, because the man himself and what the company has become are two totally different things.
So we got updates on, nothing here really new. We've got updates on the Encanto area. Now you're telling us, Indiana Jones is going to be the Mayan temple in the back where Dinosaur is. Now they said they're opening it in phases.
Yeah.
Or they're in construction in phases, so that they're going to leave Dinosaur open a lot longer, so people have a chance to get in there. So that's going to be Indiana Jones. This is going to be, this right here to the right, this building here is the Hacienda. It's going to be one of the largest quick service locations they have.
Well, that's just the Dinosaur Land USA, the Restaurantosaurus.
Yeah, Restaurantosaurus, yes.
Yeah.
And then they're going to have the carousel, which you're showing there.
Those are cheap.
Yeah, they're not expensive. Oh, it's got special lighting effects because they're doing the really cool carousel at Epic Universe. But the Encanto house is the one thing we were worried it was going to be a walkthrough. Here it is a ride.
Yeah, it's another boat ride, isn't it? Or is it a...
I don't know. Everybody's like, it's probably another...
It looks like a boat ride.
But if you go up, they talk about, they're going to say you're going to go into the house, and De Antonio gets his gift, and they're going to have his room transformed to rainforest, and you get to explore alongside him.
Oh my God, it's a Rainforest Cafe ride. They actually have a Rainforest Cafe with a water ride inside of it. I think it's in China, but you can go look at the video. And I saw it the other day. I'm like, damn it, I wish our Rainforest Cafe had a ride inside of it.
I don't
Make those nuggets worth it.
Cafe. Yeah, then they're just like all these nuggets. Anyway,
like all these nuggets for $12 a serving.
They said that they're talking about how you can bump into people like Bruno, of course, what they mean.
No, they mean other parks guests in their damn strollers.
I was going to say when they jump out of the ride.
They jump out of the ride.
Just see, that never happens. Go up. I don't know what else. No, I went away.
Well, we can't talk about Indiana Jones too much. It's gonna be a new Indiana Jones. It's not gonna be.
It's not a clone.
It's not a clone. And
they already have the building, so it's not gonna be that expensive.
Yes, and keep it. Yeah, because for those of you who don't know, who don't go to the Disney parks, Dinosaur, which it was originally Countdown to Extinction, then they rethemed it Dinosaur from that movie that nobody talks about anymore. But I love the ride. It's cheesy. But it's a clone of the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland. People thought they were just going to clone that ride, and that is not the case. This is going to be a new one. So it's probably going to be featuring Phoebe Waller-Bridge or something.
I don't know. I better not.
Or Indiana Jones in the search for the dinosaurs or something. Like, oh, look, I found... Because they said about finding an ancient beast. I'm like, oh, my God, is it going to be the Carnosaur or something?
They're going to probably put a new face on it and say, look, it's the ancient beast. Because they're going to keep the
It's
same...
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She comes out of I'm going to ruin your franchise, man, babies.
they're going to use the same system. It's going to be the exact same ride. Just they're going to put, Indiana Jones stuff in it instead of the dinosaur stuff.
Yeah.
And then damn well that they're going to have something, because at the end they have the head pop out. So they're just going to make it like some scary beast, and you're going to drop below it and escape. The end.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, because they can't do too much. They can't like completely get it.
It's just a reskin, so it's not going to be like it's not going crazy here.
Yeah, and then they're gonna have a Zootopia stage show or something in front of the tree.
Oh, okay. Now, first of all, the other stuff for the Tropical Americas is opening in 2027. But
Okay.
yes, the Tree of Life, they mentioned this last year or the year
Yeah.
before. That stupid new projection show.
It's cheap.
It's a projection show.
It's cheap. Projection shows are cheap. Overlays are cheap. They're not cheap. I mean, look, millions and millions of dollars, but it is significantly cheaper to just do an overlay in existing attractions than it is to build
It's not
something.
going to cost that much. They already have the technology. They do the shows in the Tree of Life all the time. It's just they're just programming a new show in with Zootopia characters.
some furries.
Because they're doing a second movie.
So it's a furry dance off in front of the Tree of Life. I'm sure Joe Rohde loves this. They were going to do now. This is another rumor, and I think this one will eventually happen. But they were going to put Zootopia. The rumor was they were going to put Zootopia in Animal Kingdom, where Rafiki's Plant Watch is.
World's saddest petting zoo.
The world's saddest petting zoo that had last time we were there, they had like one goat.
It wasn't one goat anyway.
Maybe two goats. But they were
exaggerating.
gonna, because they have the train, right? So you take the train into Zootopia, but they'll probably wait until they build it. Where are they building it? Hong Kong or Shanghai?
It's already open.
Or it's yeah. So they'll clone that one and they'll throw it over here eventually. Then they'll kick all the animals out of Animal Kingdom because it costs too much.
We'll just use the Zootopia one.
We'll just do Zootopia one. Yeah, while we're at it, we'll just drain the aquarium in Epcot too, because that costs too much. We'll just put some
I'm trying
animatronic.
honestly.
We'll put some animatronic fish in there. Yeah, we'll have the world's.
They have the projected fish in the ride.
They do. Oh my God! Yeah, it's cheaper to have projected fish. You know what they could do? They could just like drain it, and then they could have a fish food festival to just get rid of the inventory from the aquarium.
Listen though, this is a side tangent, but the ride, the Nemo and Friends at Epcot is significantly better than the original though, because the original was boring. I hated. My mom loved going there because she loves aquariums and fish and stuff. I was bored out of my mind. So.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure in Disneyland. People actually cheered for this. They're like, I can't wait. I'm like, have you seen the ride through videos?
Well, you know what? They've had time to try to fix the ride system over there. November 15th is that one.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, it's a downgrade. This could have been amazing. This could have been amazing.
I'm afraid it's going to happen in Indiana Jones with Dinosaur. But I mean, to be fair, Dinosaur, I mean, you love it. It's kind of been hokey.
I love Dinosaur. It's so bad. I mean, it really is. It is a cheesy attraction, but I
always
love
preferred
it.
Indiana Jones over Dinosaur. Sorry, but we got 2 new lounge spaces, guys.
Oh boy!
One already exists, and the other they're working on.
This is the Siemens Lounge, and stop giggling. Siemens used to be the sponsor of Spaceship Earth. They have a lounge.
That's what all the little lights are. I'm sorry.
Your little swimmers.
They're trying to get into the Spaceship Earth egg. Anyway.
Oh no! Oh God! Oh God, that's Body Wars.
Okay. Anyway,
there's a lounge in the backside of Spaceship. No,
this gets better.
the semen in the backside of Spaceship Earth. Okay. No. Okay. So if you go on the other side of Spaceship Earth and you look at it when you're on the other side of it going into the park toward the bridge, right? You look back behind you, you'll see there is like tinted windows. That is the lounge. It's a Siemens lounge. It's been used for years as a VIP area and also a party area. I've been in there before. It's okay. It's not very big. So I'm kind of like, they're going to open it to the public, but it's probably going to be super expensive and super exclusive because.
Well, is it? Or are they going to make it like, oh, it's DVC or it's like that? They didn't specify, did they? I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to rate stuff.
No, they don't really go into detail, but it is there. It's been there. This actually,
it's not new.
It looks like they're muting it because the last time I was in there was a lot. It seemed like there was more color, like it was purple or something. Maybe it was the lighting, but there. I see they put a little Spaceship Earths all over the place to make it.
Oh yeah, the Spaceship Earths. That's what they are.
Yeah, but you can.
The back end.
But yeah, you could rent this space out. Disney has there's a whole another side business where Disney rents out parts of the park for big corporate parties and stuff and private events for extremely rich people. But this is one of the areas you could rent. You can also rent the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular.
He's been there too.
Toy Story Land. You can rent.
Done that too.
They actually built Toy Story Land so you could close it off. Pandora, you can rent Pandora. Yeah.
You know that because you've been there too.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know. I was supposed to, it's a very touchy subject for me.
It is a very touchy.
I deserved to go and I didn't get. I got shafted. Anyway. Not by Neon.
Not by Siemens.
Not by Siemens. And then the other one is the Pirates of the Caribbean tavern that they're working on.
Is that Tortuga or is that it's Magic Kingdom?
I don't know. I think it was going to be Tortuga. I don't know. This one I'm not. I knew about it. I haven't paid attention. They're both going to start opening next year.
Yeah.
But it looks like another place where it's like it could be a tavern, but if they're lounges, they're usually like exclusionary. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be super expensive.
Well, no, I was going to say I think they'd buy you have to be a member of something usually or something.
You
like
have
that.
to buy a Genie Plus Fast Pass, Booze Plus Alpha.
Booze Plus.
The Booze Plus Pass.
Oh, look, Test Track's opening in 2025, and there's nothing new to tell you about this because the same damn concept art they've had since before.
One piece of concept art.
Same one.
Yeah. Now they said they're going to borrow from World of Motion.
Yeah, but it's the exact same damn piece of concept art they had before. So there's absolutely nothing on this other than open in 2025, which we already pretty much knew.
Well, see,
That's an announcement, guys. It wasn't.
They're gonna compete with Universal. They're gonna add more pine smell to it, like ET.
Yeah, that was just, there was no reason to put that in there, other than to say you have more announcements than you did.
All right, this is a mixed blessing here. Now, people were super excited that the long rumor, and this is a long
time,
the Monsters Inc. door coaster. They actually been talking about this since like right after the first movie came out. There actually was a patent for it out there. We're talking this thing is 10 to 15 years ago.
At least
they were talking about this. And so a lot of the stuff that they're pulling out now, this is stuff that's been in development for a long, long time. But anyway, people are like, yay, Monsters Inc. land in Hollywood Studios. That's cool. Well, until you look at the concept art.
We've got it looks like two different plans.
I think there's a plan A and a plan B. So this looks like Animation Courtyard, which is where the launch bay is right now, right? This, I think, is like a plan B or plan A or whatever.
It's one of the two plans.
One of the two plans.
But the Animation Courtyard makes the most sense because it's just a launch bay and there's a lot of emptiness. And they're redoing the Little Mermaid Theater, but you have the whole Disney Junior crap over there no one really goes to and everything else. And that could be, and it's over towards more of the Pixar areas. They could put a walkway over that way and stuff. So that makes a lot of sense to put it over there.
But this one is obviously Muppets Courtyard. Mm-hmm. This would be the Muppets Theater. This is the New York Avenue.
Grand Avenue now.
Or Grand Avenue. Where do they call it now?
Well, no, Grand Avenue is on the other side. I think.
Yeah. Where they have all the musical instruments in the window, whatever, the street. But actually, I like that space. It's kind of weird. It doesn't, to be honest, it doesn't really fit with the rest of...
You walk down it to go to Galaxy's Edge, which is that big wall right there. That's the Galaxy's Edge.
That's the entrance to Galaxy's Edge. And then, they were deliberately vague as to where it was going, but there are two different scenarios. One of them is goodbye Muppets, goodbye Star Tours, goodbye Indiana Jones.
Yeah, there's been a long rumor that they were going to at least remove Indiana Jones and Star Tours and probably Muppets because and some of the parking area, some of the area behind it, I guess, to make room for something else bigger. They were going to talk about making a huge Indiana Jones land or something they had talked about before. And that was a rumor from a while ago. Now, the other rumor is, two people are saying about it's a courtyard, the Animation Courtyard, is the fact that they really don't know what they're going to do with Rock and Roller Coaster. And there's been talk they might retheme it to, like, Incredibles or something. And then this would fit over there better because they're putting all the Pixar crap on that side.
Right.
So I don't know. There's two plans here. I personally am hoping for the Animation Courtyard because I don't want to see them ruin Muppets. Now, you said about making... Mama Melrose, Harryhausen. Other people said they're going to turn the sci-fi dine-in into that.
Maybe. I can almost guarantee, they didn't really go into detail, but I can almost guarantee they're going to have a Harryhausen's restaurant because that was a big part of the movie. Mm-hmm. And they like to sell food. So I could totally see them doing it.
People will pay for it.
They'll pay for it, right? So yeah, there's a lot of discussion on Diz Twitter about this now.
Oh, this one was not well liked.
I'm gonna show you how well this went. So Cars, or a version of Cars Land, is coming to the Magic Kingdom. Where are they gonna put it? There's not much room. Well, it's gonna be in Frontierland.
Now Frontierland's gonna be reimagined.
Yes.
Yeah, Cars and that completely fits in Frontierland.
People are calling it Frontierland. But the backlash was fierce on this one. And
Now, to be fair, though, the landscape does fit with Big Thunder Mountain.
I
you're
think
being
it's
fair.
I think it's gonna be Tom Sawyer Island. I think
I'm hearing different people that they were already going to put stuff behind Big
Yeah.
Thunder Mountain, so there's already, we already knew they were going to do that. So there's possibly there. Some people are thinking they're going to fill in Rivers of America or Tom Sawyer Island or use that area there too. I don't know yet. There's a big debate across the board we're seeing about where they're going to put it.
so people were like, "Yay, cars!" Oh, and Magic Kingdom. Okay, well, oh, and Frontierland. Put your headphones on. But we gotta watch this clip.
I saw it live. The crowd did not cheer. They were
No,
like,
they did not.
They're like, huh? It did
Yeah.
not go well.
Miners in the mountains, bears in the country, maybe a princess from the bayou, or a race car from the big city.
Wait, what?
That's why I'm happy to announce
Lukewarm, but wait.
we're inviting Mater and Lightning McQueen to a reimagined section of Frontierland. We're leaving Radiator Springs behind and we're heading off into the wilderness with
Yeah, just wait.
new cars attractions. Thrilling race rally across
No one's clapping. Yeah, it didn't go well, and that there was a lot of backlash on Twitter because it's like.
It's not going to be can't speak. It's not going to be Radiator Springs Racers.
No, because I don't think they have room for that, and also that is effectively just test track. But they're going to do something. It looks. I think they're going to partially fill in the water and
They
put some
already were
cars in.
okay. We already knew about a month or so ago they were starting to do surveys and stuff in that area, and water surveys and stuff like that was among them.
Yeah, that did not go well. Man, we're really going through it here. Okay, so there's a lot of news.
And there's
We're
a new kids ride that they just glossed over and never talked about.
Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be another like the tractor pull. This pissed a lot of people off because they spent.
This is where all the money's going, guys.
This is where all the money's going. They're not building one more boat. No,
We still have 4 that are coming that aren't done yet. One's coming later this year. One's coming next year. The one from Japan's coming in 2027 or 2028, and there's another one they're building. No, we got 4 more, guys. We're gonna have 13 cruise ships because cruise ships is the one they said we have strong demand for cruise ships. Until you kill it by oversaturating the market for cruise ships.
yeah, I like look. The
This one got a time frame too, so
2027, 2031.
That's where all the money's going. That's where all the money's going, guys. This is where all the money's going.
Cruise ships, there's more. What is it? ARPU. There's more profit per person on a cruise ship. You don't have a bunch of rides to maintain, and you basically get them on a boat and then juice them for as much money as you
They're going to lower
can.
their prices because there's going to be more supply than demand.
Yeah, you bet Disney, if you're betting this heavy on cruise ships, you better hope we never have another pandemic.
Yep.
I'm just saying because they're spending, I'm telling you, they're going to spend the majority of that $60 billion or whatever on cruise ships and not on theme parks. All the money spent on cruise ships, they could have built a whole nother gate. They could have built micro parks all over the U.S. or whatever, but no, we're going to do cruise ships, whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna do Hercules on one of the ships, and they're doing the Moana thing. That was that picture you were showing of their stage shows.
Yeah, the biggest puppet we've ever built. Yay! Most people are never going to see it; they don't really care. New Mandu.
Oh wait, I didn't know this.
Oh, you didn't know about that? Yeah.
I walked away at
You
that point.
shut it off.
I did. I'm like, I'm tired. I want to watch K-drama. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Literally, and I walked out. So yeah, they're gonna whoa. They're gonna upcoming movie blasting off. They're gonna do a brand new story. They're gonna change it out. That it's gonna be Mando and Grogu. Is that what they're doing?
Yes.
Well, honestly, it'd probably be more entertaining than what we have. But still, I'm just like,
I think Smuggler's Run is a wasted opportunity. I would have loved to see the original trilogy. That would have been amazing. But yeah, I mean, this is whatever. Oh, they said, the expanded partnership between Disney and Epic Games, Epic's Unreal Engine will help bring to life
I caught that.
latest adventure in the galaxy
they keep
far, far
pushing
away.
Epic Games.
Yeah, so it's going to be a giant video game, but it's going to be like Star Tours, where they're just going to switch out the films, the IP or whatever. But the one thing that I did like from D23, I saw. Side note is they had the Star Tours shuttle, the Star Speeder, and it actually played the film. The original film.
Yeah, they're gonna have some of those available on Monday.
But
on the
it's
Disney
way
store.
too damn expensive. It's like $300.
$300,
It's like,
yeah.
hell no, I'd never pay that.
I'm buying the shoulder raven though.
You're getting a shoulder raven.
Okay, so then here's the Fortnite shit. My favorite. Click on this. My favorite part is this. Here's our future vision for Fortnite. Go down. I love this. So they're talking about how they're going to be doing this, and they're going to do it has all these concurrent players, and they're going to offer all this stuff. Well, this new experience is still a few years away. During the showcase, Disney Experiments talked about the 4 worlds Disney storytellers are going to do, and they're going to add to this game. However, they have a part saying it's a few years away. Still a few years away. It's still a few years away, guys. Fortnite. We're going to pull this up in Fortnite. It was already on the other side of peak.
Yes.
A few years from now. Where do you think Fortnite's going to be a few years from now?
Well, considering Epic Games just had a bunch of layoffs, it's going to be really interesting. I hope you're not putting all your eggs into that basket either, Disney. It'd be a real shame if AAA gaming imploded.
Well, I think the reason that they're teaming up with Disney is because they're hoping Disney keeps them relevant long enough because it benefits them to keep them relevant.
This whole event was like, hey there, fellow kids. It was really cringy.
I was tuned out for a lot of this. At this point. At the very end, who cares what Deadpool?
I don't care about
At the very end, they announce.
After Fortnite, after you have to sit through Fortnite. Now I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so the Villains Land. This is where we're gonna stop the video at. The Villains Land has been rumored for at least a decade. This was supposed to be originally. They were talking a 5th gate. They were gonna do. They were gonna call it, as I recall, it was gonna be called Dark Kingdom. That was an idea they're looking at, and it was basically going to be like a reverse Magic Kingdom. It was going to be villain theme, but it was going to be more fun. It wasn't going to be like. That's what I was talking about.
One person said it was supposed to be more quirky and scary.
It wasn't going to be like the most sinister part of whatever. Now they're not saying where they're building it, but this is probably the Beyond Thunder Mountain or part of Beyond Thunder Mountain. They're not going into details about any of the rides. They just said it's going to have 2 rides and some shopping and stuff. Obviously, we have a Maleficent dragon. This, in my opinion, is a reaction to Epic Universe because, again, we have a dragon that could be a fire-breathing dragon, although Disney hasn't had a lot of luck with those. This looks like Dark Universe, right? I mean, this looks like, and I think it looks like this was kind of done on the quick, like by the brushstrokes and stuff. And I think they're just put some stuff together that looks kind of spooky or whatever. And they made a point of saying that this is going to be different for Disney, that it basically was going to be a spooky experience because the reaction to Dark Universe was so overwhelmingly positive. I think Disney is like, yeah, we're going to have to do something.
There's no more information on it. Other than, here's a piece of art. We're doing it probably sometime.
And it could be 10 or 15 years until we see this. This could be something that they open for like the 70th anniversary of Magic Kingdom. I mean, I think this is like way years away. Or they could just, tear up the Tomorrowland Speedway or something.
What bothers me about this? The coaster in the front in that blue area, it looks like it's AI.
It might be.
Look at the bottom coaster. See it like dashing through?
Oh, yeah.
It just seems off to the rest of it.
It's like, what, we're going to have like an underwater coaster or something?
Underground looks like, yeah.
I don't know. But
or like in the ravine or whatever.
But they're not saying what exactly they're going to do. I don't think they know exactly what they're going to do. They just know they have to compete with Epic Universe. And this is a lot of like... all of this stuff is like, but wait, guys, we have a plan. We honestly have a plan to get. It's like, you're not going to see any of this stuff for years. Like, it's going to be years. And by the time they get around to it, Epic Universe is already. Universal's probably going to be expanding Epic Universe and possibly opening another theme park with Disney's money from Comcast. So it's like you guys are way late to the party.
I don't know what the stock will do on Monday, but I don't think it's up a whole lot.
It was up $1 or $2 yesterday, but we'll see. We'll see if this is enough to, because again, you're not going to see a return on any of this stuff for years.
No, like I said, a lot of it doesn't even have dates attached to it.
No.
So is it even within that 10-year, 60 billion time frame? I think they're just hoping people will get that all confused and don't realize some of the stuff they announced was already in play. A lot of it was like reskins or cheap, relatively cheap. Ways to do things.
So the good news for people visiting Disney parks between now and the time they get this stuff open is everything is going to be torn up.
There you go.
For the next 10 years. So when you go to a Disney park, there's going to be a whole lot of walls to look at, but you can Instagram them. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
But they haven't done the Instagram walls for a while. They stopped doing that.
Nah, it's not cool anymore. It'll be TikTok or something. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
There we go, guys. Big Disney dump. I'm underwhelmed. I'm very underwhelmed. But
I feel lighter, though.
There we go. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.